Hey everyone, Melanie Minshinger here, illustrator for Gina K Designs. I am so excited to share my newest set from Gina K Designs with you, Beautiful Forest, the newest set in my Beautiful Nature series. And this comes out on Tuesday, September 27th at 7 p.m. Central. I hope you can go over and see our chat at the Facebook group and Gina K Designs and Stamp TV Friends. We're doing a live with Gina. She's talking with the other illustrators and showing all of our other fabulous products that we're doing tonight. So I hope you can check that out. The sets that this is primarily meant to coordinate with are my previous Forest Friends and the Forest Friend Edition, so you can see the four largest animals, the raccoon, the owl, the bear, and the fox. But I've also added in two new little animals, a deer and a rabbit, and those are going to be great for nature scenes as well as little winter scenes for the holidays. These are already put together, so you don't have the different heads and the different bodies, but they are all going to work so that you can put them together in little pairings with the large and the small version to look like a parent and child. So sweet, very storybook. I want to show you today how easy it is to color in this very versatile stamp. I've got a resource sheet for you that I will provide a free PDF of that shows you how you can do summer, spring, winter, and fall with just a few markers. It is so easy. So today we're going to create a little winter scene, and I'm going to use the deer stamp. In addition to the Beautiful Forest set, we're going to be using just one ink pad. I'm using the Gina K Designs Jet Black Amalgam. The cardstock that I'm using today, I've got some of the Gina K Pure Luxury White. This is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then I'm going to be using some of the powder blue to match the sky. And this is 4 1/4 inches by 11. And I'm just using my scoring board here to score that at 5 1/2. I'm going to be using a MISTI to stamp with today, but I want to point out that if you don't have a MISTI, you can also use either a 4-inch block or the 4x6 block that Gina carries. This background stamp is about 3 3/4 inches. And I'm going to talk a lot about this stamp as I go through my demonstration. The markers that I'm using today to color this in, I have all different brands of alcohol markers if you've watched my other videos. But the main ones that I want to be using today, it looks like one of them rolled off my desk, so I'll find that in a second. But I have got Copics today. I'm using the E97 and the E11 for the little deer, the B21, which is a baby blue for the sky and the shadows, and then I'm using a YG67, so just kind of an olive green for little bits of the foliage peeking through those snow-covered bushes. And I've also got, let's see, the white gel pen. This is great for creating snow. And then I'm going to show you some tips with just a black fine tip pen. I have some Connect glue, and then I'm using some foam squares to make that dimensional. And then you'll just need a little scrap if you want to die cut the deer. So this is one that I've already cut just for the sake of time, but you can see me using my Cuttlebug in other videos for cutting out those die cuts. So let's begin by stamping out this scene. And so I'm just going to place this in my MISTI. And I've got this open space at the bottom of the stamp. Let me open this up. So I talk about this in my intro video where I'm showing all the samples in our release party, but having it cropped to a square, it's going to nestle right into your different mats, but without a border, it's going to allow you to go portrait style, landscape style, or even stamp them one after the other to make longer, larger layouts. And then you have all this room down here where you can make it grass, you can make it snow, you can make it a lake. There's so many ways to do it, and then you have room down here for your sentiments. So let's go ahead and get this stamped. So I'm going to place my background, my beautiful forest, just right there, and I'm leaving about 1/8 of an inch all the way around, pardon my head, and I just want to make sure that that top line of the stamp is parallel to my mat, and that's just going to look so sharp and crisp there the way that that's cropped once you have your stamping done. Okay, so I have these down here, And I'm going to ink this up with my jet black ink. Okay. And then I'm going to close the door, and then this is what I use to just help me rub all over. It's this little stapler that's got some felt on the bottom. Okay. All right. And that is pretty solid already, but if we want to make it just a little bit darker and just really focus on those tree trunks, you can just hit it one more time and just make sure that you've got it in the same place that you started. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is we will die cut that little deer. So I'm going to use just the little negative portion from my cutout, place it in there, and then if I have to do a repeated inking of it, I know that it's going to be lined up still. So I'm going to place this inside first. Place my die cut down. And for these, I am using just the layering weight. I'm saving my base weight heavier cardstock for my card bases because I really love to use white card bases all the time, but especially at the holidays because it just looks so sharp with Christmas colors. So I'm going to ink this up again with my jet black. Okay, all right, that looks good to me, so I'm not going to do it again. Got some really fine lines. I wouldn't want to have it move a little bit and double the image. But I'm also going to show you how you can really make some of your details that are black even blacker using your pen. So I love when I have a line art image that has maybe like black eyes or a black nose, just to go over those black parts. And it might be difficult to see it here in the video, but it's just going to make them that much more solid and really pop. Okay, you could do that on the hooves too if you wanted, but it's not necessary. Very solid already. It just makes that stand out from your outline because you want those to be really black. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to color this little deer really quickly. So I am just going to brush on just this kind of apricot color all over the body. And you can Google some images of little fawns to see they have quite a bit of white on their faces underneath their eyes. So you can use that as a reference. And then I'm going to use this rust color. And I'm just going there. I'm looking at all of the darkest parts in my illustration. And the underside of the legs. And then I'm going to do a little tip-to-tip coloring so I can blend the rust and the apricot together. And so that's just going to fade out. I'm just picking up a little bit of the darker rusty ink. Okay. And if it's blended more than you want, and you want to, again, just make like underneath that shadow there, a little bit more maybe on this one side. Very simple coloring though. Okay. And then I'm going to take my white gel pen and I'm just going to go in and just add those little spots there. Okay, that's it. That's all I do for the little deer. All right, so now what we're going to do is I want to make this look like a snow scene. So the bushes are covered, but we want to have some color in the sky to make them look a little bit different. Needs to pop out and stand out from the trees. Okay, so we've got some pale blue sky up here, and then we're going in, and I'm just doing in a few places behind the trees, and I'm just touching it just gently. Even if you don't see very much of it, it's going to make a difference. Okay, now if you want to have something to suggest some clouds, you can go in and you can just create some darker areas, and I'm just kind of making some blob shapes there. Now this is also going to get covered up by your snow. Okay, all right, then what I want to do is I want to add just a little bit of shadow on these bushes, and so I'm just going to go over very quickly, just adding in a little bit of this same blue or gray if you're using gray. Pale gray marker looks really pretty, and I'm just going to put just a little at the bottom of those trees, but I'm putting in just a little bit there just for some shadows to help define those bushes. Okay, and then where I want to have my little deer for this scene, I'm going to put it right about here, and so I want to have just a little shadow here under the body. Okay, and if you want, you can go in and you can just color that die cut at the bottom so that the shadow is seamless, so you don't have that white edge. Okay, and then I'm just going to put just some very simple little tracks coming out, and that just gives you just the scale there. You're seeing kind of that midground, the foreground, and then the background. I'm going to put just some little foam squares on this. Oh, and I want to wait. I'm going to put my greeting on before I'm going to adhere this so it's not bumping into that. So I'm glad I remembered. Sometimes I forget to do that. Now we want to make, though, our snow falling here. So this would look like snow that, you know, maybe fell during the night or something. But if we want it to look like it's snowing right now, we're going to go on and we're going to use our white gel pen. So I didn't mention what gel pen I'm using here, but this is the 1.0 from Arteza. I love these gel pens. I love that they come in a pack of 1.0, 0.6, and or 0.06 and 0.08 millimeters. So this is the thickest one, so it makes the thickest line. So it's really nice to have those for different details. The skinny one is really great for whiskers. And you see I'm also making some, I'm coloring it more like a circle rather than just a dot, and this is just going to look more like big flakes coming down. Okay, so you want to have that all in front of those tree trunks because that's where it's going to really stand out, and then over that sky. And then you also want to put a few of those over your pretty coloring, and I know that might feel like, you know, I colored this, I don't want to cover that up, but if you put it in front of it and you want to make them random, it's going to look like they are falling in front of your deer. So it's actually in the snow rather than all the snow behind it. Okay? And then let's put this back in the MISTI, and I'm going to do a little greeting. So I'm going to put it down here at the corner. And I have a lot of different Christmas cards that I'm making, but I think for this one, let's see, I have general greetings in here, and I've also got autumn, summer, spring, winter that can go with birthday blessings, holidays, blessings all year through, thinking of you. I think I'm just going to put, let's see, I think I'm going to do thinking of you on this one. And so I just want to make sure that I've got that lined up. And ink this up. Okay. All right. And it looks like I got just a little bit of fuzz I know it's not on the greeting because I've stamped it before, but I'm going to just go right over that, touch that out with my gel pen. So I'm going to put this on. And I'd love to hear in the comments which animal from this is your favorite. What kind of cards you'd want to make first. And so then this is just going to layer right on. So can you believe that's just a couple markers? Oh, and then let's see, did I have that green? I think the green rolled away from me. The green is going to allow just a little more of a feeling of forest. So I'm just putting it in just a little bit where some of the trees and the bushes would be peeking out. So I'm just putting it in just in a couple little places kind of underneath, just making the scene more interesting and that the snow is newer. Isn't that easy? Okay, then just a little glue on the back and we are done. So excited about this set. Made so many cards. I can't wait to share them all with you. And there we go. That's it. So fun. So please come and visit us over at our Gina K Designs and Stamp TV's Facebook group. I can't wait to show you all the different seasonal cards and the different ways that you can put these different cards together. And I don't know if I showed it at the beginning, but here is one with the bear and from the other sets and then the little bear together. They just work so well. I can't wait to do this with all the animals and then to show you how they're going to work with my other beautiful nature sets. Thanks so much for watching today. God bless.